YouTube is not easy. Not in the slightest. There's all these content creators that are saying YouTube is easy. That's a trend right now, to say YouTube is easy. I have so many things going on in my life right now that it's really hard to quantify everything that's going on. But it's a new year, and everybody's on this kick of either working out or starting new careers or bettering themselves in some sort of way. And so you always see these little things, new year, new me. All year I've been trying to be a new me. And what I come to realize is what I need to be is the old me. The guy that everybody looked up to and followed instead of looking for someone to follow. There's a time and a place for that, obviously. Don't lose yourself. And what I mean by that is, so often I think that we find ourselves trying to emulate someone else. There's nothing wrong with aspiring to be better, and there's nothing wrong with aspiring to be the very best version of yourself, but don't try to become someone else. I've been doing some soul searching. It's now just over a week into the new year, and what I realize is the person I'm looking for is me. And I also believe that here on YouTube, the people that do really well now are themselves. The people that I looked up to and tried to emulate are not themselves, and they're lost as well. Well, maybe successful in the YouTube realm, and if that's all you want, that's fine. Personally, they're probably different in real life. They're not like this online persona. I don't really want an online persona. I want this to be authentically Greg. I want to talk about the things that push me to be the best that I could be. One of the things that I'm going to continue to stress is my passion for photography and all things photography. Sometimes my stuff will be about gear, sometimes it'll be about stories that happen to me, and sometimes it'll be just about my wants and desires. All along the way, it should be me. And I would recommend, if you want to be successful on YouTube, just be yourself. Now, I'm no expert. I don't have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, millions of followers. I do have a decent base that's growing daily, and I thank everybody for that. I think the algorithm is starting to understand what I'm about. In the beginning, a lot of my videos, I tried to overdo it. I tried to be someone that I'm not. That's not going to lead me down the road to success, because I can't successfully be someone that I'm not. So for 2025, I'm setting a goal, which is the same goal I had for 2024. I want to make YouTube my full-time gig. I want this to be how I pay my bills doing what I love, which is photography. And so I have to have a strategy. And right now my strategy is to be myself and to push myself to be the best I could be at that craft. Now, I don't believe that there's any wrong method here. Like, it could take a year to get monetized. It could take 10 years to be monetized. And I've seen people get monetized very quickly, and I've seen people, seems like it never, ever is going to happen. But if you want it to happen, you just have to go for it. And you'll never know if you're going to be successful until you try. And I have to tell myself this day to day. I need to motivate myself, and I need help motivating you guys. And where I need help is I just need some feedback. I need people to interact more. I also need to address that most of your friends in life will not understand your journey onto YouTube. My family doesn't understand it. My friends don't understand it. And all my followers on other social media platforms don't cross over to YouTube. It's like pulling teeth to get people over to YouTube. There's millions of people out there that you don't know that are just waiting to follow you. So if you're yourself, I believe you'll be successful. And all the YouTubers are going to say the same thing, be consistent, this and that. And I was very consistent over the last year at being inconsistent. And that's not what they mean. They mean set a schedule and kind of stick with it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to shoot for 3 videos a week. That might be a little overzealous, but that's what we're going to try it for. I am very close to getting monetized. I have enough followers. I have enough people that have liked and subscribed my channel that I could be monetized. But I don't have the watch hours. And the reason why I don't have the watch hours is because I went very strong right before the year started, and then life kind of hit me along the way. I drifted off. I drifted off from the consistency that it takes to get noticed on YouTube. You have to get noticed. The first videos that are doing, which are now dropped off, so it doesn't matter how many views I get on those, they weren't me. They were a part of me, but they weren't really me because I was trying to be a YouTube personality. Let me stress this right now. You don't have to be anybody but yourself. In fact, I believe unless you're a professional actor, you probably couldn't retain that sort of momentum being somebody else. So be yourself. I'm gonna be myself. New year, same me. I'm gonna be the same Greg that I was last year and the year before and this and that. Now that's not to say that I'm not growing as a person. I'll continually grow as a person, but do we have to be different? Do we have to be somebody else? Do we have to emulate our idols? No. In fact, in order to become an idol, people have to see something in you. If they're seeing something that's not you, it's not authentic, and I think that I would be very lost if I tried to pretend to be somebody else all the time. I would lose myself. And I think over this last year I've lost myself a little bit. I was chasing after being a YouTuber instead of being myself. Now, I never had a problem making friends my whole life. I never had issues where I could engage with people, talk to people, tell people stories. That was never an issue for me. So why on earth am I making an issue now? The fact of the matter is I'm not going to. I'm going to continue doing what I love, and I hope and pray that people will want to follow me and follow my successes and my failures. I'm failing at being myself, so I'm going back and I'm going to figure out what path is going to be right. Now, in order to get monetized on YouTube, I need to get people watching. I need to get people engaging. And I need to get that inspiration that I had when I first started it. And so please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you want to see my journey of becoming a YouTuber or content creator, or what I'd like to say is myself, like, subscribe, and comment so I could be inspired and I could continue this process. Like I said, I've failed over and over again at being myself because I was trying to be what I thought others wanted me to be. YouTube is not easy, not in the slightest. There's all these content creators that are saying YouTube is easy. That's a trend right now to say YouTube is easy. And I'm here to tell you, YouTube is not easy. Not for me anyway. At my age, very select people are going to jump on here and just be thrilled to listen to me talk. I need to prove myself. I need to show people what I'm about, what I'm good at. 2025, I'm coming for you. 2025, you guys go make your dreams come true, but do it as yourself. Don't do it as your idol. Don't imitate others, because you will never be able to keep that momentum up, and you will get sloppy and people will notice and people will lose interest. I look up to people like Peter McKinnon and all these other YouTubers, but I'm not Peter McKinnon. I'm much older than he is. I have a whole different life story, different trials and tribulations that make me me. When I went into this process, I went into it wanting to showcase photography. I didn't realize that I was going to have to become a filmmaker, an editor, an audio engineer, and all these other things. I just wanted to take pictures and I wanted to talk about it. Then I discovered that I like to look at other people's photography and I wanted to expose them to the world. I got excited for people that I've never even met. I'm like, wow, you know, I would love to see this person on YouTube. Or I find them on YouTube and I want to see them successful on YouTube. Either way, I started making videos about exposing other photographers. Not the famous guys, you know, not the Peter McKinnons. I love Peter McKinnon. He's got enough followers. What about the little guys? What about the Greg Byerlys of the world? Or so many other people out there like me. A lot of my friends that are great photographers, nobody's heard of. So part of me being me is I want to expose the world to myself, but I want to expose the world to other people. And that's what I'm going to do in 2025. I'm going to be making YouTube videos on gear, YouTube videos on editing, YouTube videos on my adventures, and YouTube videos about other photographers. And that's what we're going to try and do. Hopefully you'll stick with me on this journey. It's going to be a long one because the year's just starting and I feel like I'm starting over. But with your help, we can make it really pop off and really do well. My goal is to be monetized in 2 months. So 60 days. I did a little series which I pulled down. It was 30 days. That was my original goal. And I realized that strategy was going to be very difficult for me to accomplish because of outside influences, stuff outside of YouTube. All I can say is my new goal this year, and I'm closer to the goal than I was last year, but I'm extending it out. I want to be monetized in 2 months. Now, I have no doubt that I'm not going to be able to make a living in 60 days from now off of YouTube. In fact, I'll probably, if I get monetized, probably only make a few dollars, $20, $30, $40. But that's the start. And then that opens up the door for brand sponsorships, you know, affiliate marketing, and so many other things outside of AdSense. But the first step for me has to be AdSense. I need to get this goal accomplished so I know it's possible and I achieved it by being me. So help me on my journey. I promise it's going to be an interesting one. I got a lot of interesting people to expose you to. I got a lot of adventures that I want to show off, and I got a lot of stuff up here that needs to come out, but it needs to be me. I'm not going to follow a trend. I'm not going to follow trying to be famous. I hope that makes sense. I hope that, yes, I want to get discovered, but I don't want to be somebody that I'm not. So help me on this journey. Come see what I got to offer. I guarantee it's going to be interesting, to say the least. It's going to be interesting. That's it. 2025, new year, same me. Peace.